Hello, hello. I'm so excited to be joining everybody again with another feature of one of our wonderful community members and highlighting her fundraising exploits and her journey to journey during using Tiltify. I'm joined today in this conversation with Danielle or EbonixSims, which is the correct branding for your name?
I mean, so it's EbonixSims if you're feeling Simish. And Danny if we're cool, and Danielle if I'm in trouble.
All right, I love it. No, that's awesome. So I wanted to really begin to highlight all sorts of women in different spaces who are really leveraging Tiltify during Women's History Month to acknowledge that I know you're here all the time. I know you're always on the platform, but you know this is an important month for a lot of folks to highlight and recognize a lot of the hard work that women do across the industries. And I'm fortunate enough to be surrounded by so many powerful, wonderful women who fundraise like bosses, and you are one of these people who really use Tiltify in an amazing way. But I want to know a little bit more about how did you get to the path of content creation? What was that journey like? And yeah, let's just start there. But
yeah, sure. So my content creation journey probably started around 2015. So this was even off Twitch. I am probably more well known in the Sims community for the content that I've made to bring about more, just more inclusion and representation so that, we are able to see ourselves in the game. So I was doing that and I'm still doing it. So I started it in 2015 by chance. It's weird because I was at home waiting for knee surgery and I decided to play The Sims, which was like a lifelong, passion and game of mine. And I was trying to come up with this really cool story, and one of the guys in the story was meant to wear a dashiki, and I couldn't find a dashiki in the game. So I said, okay, I'm gonna look, I'm gonna see if I can find something. Couldn't find anything. So then I thought to myself, oh, okay, is this something that I can do myself? So I did some research, and yeah, it was something that I was able to make. So I made my own dashiki, and then I thought, oh, okay, if I can do this, what else can I do? So then that's kind of when I started getting into kind of making recolors of clothes to represent more like African textures, and then I started making hairstyles because hairs are a massive thing, especially in The Sims when it comes to there not being enough. So I wanted to be able to fill that gap and bridge the game to players in order for them to feel seen in the game. Um, so then I think around 2017, yeah, I dabbled a little bit in Twitch here and there because I think I was seen as this entity in the Sims community. So everyone just kind of knew me as EbonixSims, but no one really knew me. No one knew who Danielle was. And I kind of wanted to also bridge that gap between myself and my community, because it was big and it was growing, and I was like, "Ooh, okay, is this something that is this an avenue that I can explore?" So I dabbled a bit in that, and so I wasn't really consistent. It was just when I could, and I'd just hop on. Hi guys, you good? Let's play some Sims. All right, gotta go. See you in 6 months, and and then it wasn't until I think the end of 2019, so like November of 2019, I started streaming consistently. So I said, okay, this is also a venture that I'm going to take like seriously, consistently, and yeah, since then it's just been strength to strength. So I've still been working on my Sims and my 3D modeling, as well as building up my Twitch community and fundraising, and yeah, became a Twitch ambassador last month as well. So it's been a really amazing journey so far.
well, to know you are the first Black Twitch UK ambassador, correct?
In the UK, yeah.
Right, and that's amazing. And you're also one of the co-founders for Black Twitch UK, correct?
Yes,
What
indeed.
was, obviously representation matters, and I'm assuming that's what was the motivation behind really wanting to have representation for you and for Black people in the UK. But what was that journey like? And then what's the function? Like how do you make sure that you are inclusive and have representation in your space?
Yeah, so I mean, me and Cassie, we have always, since we met, so we met in, I think, 2019, 2018. We've always been looking for gamers who are from the UK, because we know a lot of our US based friends, and we're always in their streams and always doing stuff with them. But there's a different I don't know how to explain it, but there's something that hits different about playing a game with someone who has a similar background to you. There's certain nuances and things that you can say that they will automatically get because it's completely relatable to the UK.
Right.
And there's also another experience of being Black in the UK. And, the platform, which is Twitch, it was so hard to find Black streamers from the UK. So we said, okay, what are we going to do to rectify this? Because we only knew a handful. We only literally knew a handful. So how were we going to expand on that, and so that we could bring about more visibility of the Black streamers on Twitch from the UK? It was I want to say that I just woke up one day, because we had spoken about it and it was just in the air. And I really have days where I just wake up on smoke. I say I'm gonna do this, and then I just do absolute madness. So I set up the Twitter page, I got the logo, I got everyone that I needed to follow down, and people were just messaging me, like, is this you? I was like, yeah. So the real mission has been, since we launched Black Twitch UK, was really to bring about the community. So to let not just us, but let others within the UK who are Black and looking for other Black streamers, that we're here. And this is kind of a hub for you to be able to find us. So we have a list which is pinned to our to the profile. And it's literally like, you go in there, follow everyone, build that community. You can build up your own community. It doesn't necessarily need to be us, but as long as you can find each other, then that's the main thing, because this is all we've been looking for. We've been looking to build and curate our community from the UK as well as in the US. And yeah, so we've been using the platform since August of last year, and we've held 3 different types of events. So in August, there's a carnival called Notting Hill Carnival, which happens in the UK. It's the second biggest carnival in the world. And because of lockdown and the pandemic, there was no carnival. So we brought Notting Hill Carnival to the Twitch streets.
Oh,
And yeah, it was amazing.
that's so cool.
It was music. We had got us like our carnivals up. We got lots of feathers and stuff. We dressed up, makeup and everything.
So fun.
Yeah,
Do you have VODs of this? This exists that people can go and check it out? Okay,
Yeah.
awesome.
So I've got a VOD, so I can definitely link it to you. So we've also done Black History Month in the UK as well. So we did some fundraising for the Sickle Cell Society on that as well. And we spotlighted, so we used that opportunity as well of our newfound community. So we used it to spotlight all of them. So we made I think it's like a 20-minute long video, over 50 streamers, and we just highlighted them, gave them a platform, and because we was on the front page as well, we used that as an opportunity to highlight them in front of like thousands.
That's fantastic.
It was amazing. We had like poetry and art and stuff, so it was a really dope experience.
Oh, that's amazing. And so really you just wanted to create that safe space, and I think it's something that I hear often with friends and people of color in the space, and Black people specifically, really. So you don't have to shift gears. You don't have to code switch. You can be yourself, and then to add that other layer of a geographically cultural layer is also, it's fascinating, it's interesting. But I'm glad that you've created that space. That's there's no other way to do it. Like you said, you wake up, you have to do it, and then you get it done. That's
you get a calling,
amazing.
you got to do it.
And it's something that I've been following specifically. Like your name popped up even prior to my time at Tiltify, and I would watch the conversation being had with a lot of our mutuals, online of saying, I can't be represented in the games I want to be represented in, and your name would always come up with the work that you're doing in the sim space. And I think just from a outsider's point of view, like you've also supported that notion that developers need to think about beyond just the cis white gendered hair and textures that people want. They want to be able to identify in the products and games that they create. So it's commendable. Like the work you do is so fun, but it's also groundbreaking, I think, of kind of breaking those barriers. So thank you for that. It's amazing.
It's a pleasure.
So let's talk about fundraising. You touched on it a little bit. I feel like I see fundraising nearly every month, which we're grateful for over here at Tiltify. We love to see you using Tiltify to fundraise. What was the most recent? Was the most recent one with the sickle cell stream, or had you done something else more recently?
So in December we did fundraising for Special Effect.
Oh, awesome!
And yes, and that was wow. So we actually got a few of our Black Twitch UK streamers as well to help us fundraise within that, and I think we raised just over 19,000. I could be wrong. I could double check, but it was in and around. Just a second.
Oh no, she's just confirming numbers. Everybody.
I'm confirming numbers.
I should know. I should have come prepared.
No, you good. So I'm here adding ones to things, but that's okay. I had big dreams. But no, we raised £9,500 for Special Effect.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And yeah, it was literally incredible. I don't think we've raised anything as much as that before. So yeah, it was crazy.
So what is the thing that, we always talk in nonprofit space and charity space, we always talk about the why. Like, why do you do the work? Like, why do you fundraise? What motivates Danny?
There's lots of things that motivate Danny. And also for me, it depends on the cause, but I think more so than anything, people give me so much love. And, more often than not, imposter syndrome will sneak in. It will sneak, open up the door and be like, oh, yeah, okay. But with that, I try to channel that energy, the love that I'm given, and channel it back into other avenues that definitely need it. And, with Special Effects, I think that it holds such a special place in my heart, more so because I used to work in special educational needs. So I have a degree in psychology and counseling. So before I even thought about Twitch and was gaming and streaming, I was working with children with autism, and I was supporting families who had children with special needs and disabilities. So for me, even before gaming comes into place, I'm a bit of a giver, and I like to make sure that people are good. And especially when it came to like children's education, I hated that there were barriers and that people were trying to force them to learn in ways that wasn't working for them. And so I was always about trying to find a way that education could be fun and works for them. Yeah, so Special Effect, that held a special place in my heart. But my motivation is always just about giving back when I've been given so much and so much love. So I really want to be able to, here you go, take it back.
No, and that's evident. If anybody's ever watched any one of your broadcasts or have seen you interact online, that's exactly like you are who you say you are, and that's you are an incredible community builder. And those of us who build communities, we take notice of that stuff, of like how you're very genuine with that. So,
Thank you.
Oh no, thank you. That's I appreciate this conversation. So I'm thinking about like how you actually like raise the funds, what are some of your favorite ways that you've hit those milestones, you've hit those goals? You know, is it a reward or incentive, or are you one of those lucky folks who just their community throws money, or do they expect some sort of shenanigans to?
Let me show you exactly. Let me show you exactly what they love to pay for. I will show you exactly what they love to pay for. See this thing right here? See this thing? This thing?
Oh no!
This horrible thing? That is exactly what they love to. I wish they loved me enough to just throw money at me. No, but they do on the odd occasion when they can see that I've suffered enough. They're like, here, Danny, you don't need to do anything. Just take it.
I think that the content creators who fundraise on Twitch and YouTube have single-handedly given Bean Boozled their fortune.
They're probably a Fortune 500 at this point, because
easy,
just easily,
just all for charity.
Easy.
I don't know how I feel about that, but no, that's fantastic. Yeah, that's wonderful.
Other than that, though, I actually did this for the Christmas fundraising. I did like doodles, so that was the first time I did anything like that. It was a quick 5-minute doodle of whatever the person wanted.
Oh, okay.
So I drew like Invader Zim, or them as a pineapple, or like a bowling ball head of the person that they wanted of the bowling ball. I'd once done Chubby Bunny.
Yeah.
I'd once done temporary tattoos on my face. And the ever famous pie, but the double pie.
Oh yes. Yeah. No, there's footage. You have a clip somewhere of the pie.
Yeah, Mum loved it. Loved every second of it. She couldn't wait to get the second pie.
I think that's fun. It's like, what does your family think about your? I mean, are you a full-time streamer, your full-time partner, or is it supplemental?
Yeah. So this is my full-time. So Twitch and the content creation is my full-time thing.
Right. So I'm sure your family was like, oh great, you're a mental health professional and you're gonna do the Twitch thing. What was that reaction like?
It was I think my mum was a bit unsure about it at first, but she believed in me when I said that there was a niche and there was something that I wanted to do that no one else was doing, and that I was going to be trying to pursue it full time. And I did say I'm going to give it a year. If it doesn't work out, then I'll go back, because I'm not unemployable. Like, I have experience, I have a degree. There's still, avenues and ways for me to get back into the workforce. But I said, give me a year. And yeah, and since then I will send her stuff and she'd be like, see, I always tell people that she said there was a niche. And there was a billboard last month that I was on in Times Square with a few other Twitch creators, and I
I was going to mention that, like, to see so many friends and so much of the Black community being represented. I'm like, okay, well, let's keep that going. Like, it needs to not just be those 28 days in February. And it's something that other community builders like me, we have to be mindful of, and we work towards. For sure. The conversation is always going on. Like, I think you had a post on Twitter, I think today or yesterday, talking about the inclusivity of just even Women's History Month. If you're not including, everyone, Latina and trans and Black, trans, Asian, if you're not including all women, then don't even bother having the conversation. And I think that's that's you stepping up into that space and going, hi, we're going to do a thing.
Right.
And
all women. Women.
And so that's great. No, that's wonderful. What's the next fundraising endeavor for you?
Wow. I'm not sure. I think there was somebody who reached out to me to raise something to end youth homelessness.
Okay.
So I think that might be for next month. So I think I'm going to hop on board with that. But yeah, so I'm still trying to navigate, trying to figure out who, because there's so many different causes that need support, and it's about, which one is kind of fit for the time and the purpose. So, but I think the youth homeless, to end youth homelessness, might be the one that I'm looking at for next month.
Sure. So do you think that, do you also, are you so mindful of causes that you know your community might also resonate with as well?
Mm-hmm.
Is that determinant of that the choice to support that cause or that
Yeah,
charity?
no, absolutely. And I reckon when I do choose a fundraiser and I pick one, I also check in with them in Discord as well sometimes. I, I think, okay, is this something that will work? I obviously don't want them to dictate it, but I do want them to feel connected to the cause at the same time.
Sure.
So, it would be not silly of me, but it wouldn't make too much sense to raise money for something that they're either not very connected to, or just, yeah, it's not like a good fit.
Well, it makes sense that if you are connected to it by proxy, they'll figure out a way to get connected to it. I would assume,
Mm.
that would make sense. If I mean, a content creator, the authenticity kind of is important. So if,
Mm.
um, if you're passionate about it, I'm sure that the community comes along for
Oh
that journey
yeah,
as well.
absolutely. I think we share passions as well, which is really nice about the community. We definitely share passions. And when it does come to fundraising, they've excelled every single time. So I'm not worried about when I do fundraise. It's always just fun about finding the one that we're gonna do.
Right. So what would you say, as we're kind of uh, wrapping up, but I want the final thought to be a couple of things. Okay, the first one I want is the fun one. Well, they're both fun. What is the thing that you absolutely miss the most pre-pandemic? Like the thing that pandemic, everybody's vaccinated, you're busting out of the house to go do the thing. What is the thing? What is that thing
The
you're going to go do?
thing, um, go see my goddaughter.
Oh, oh,
I haven't seen her in ages, and she's doing all these things, and she's like my baby. Like I was there since when she was born,
oh,
and just video calling is cute or whatever, but just
it's not the
actually
same.
it's not the same. So I really want to just see her in person and give her cuddles and take her to the zoo and all this fun
Oh,
stuff.
I can relate. My sister had her first child last year, about the same time.
Oh
So I've
wow.
barely been able to see her just because we're cautious. We want to be very safe
Yeah,
for
of course.
everybody. But yeah, family, that family time is important.
Precious.
And then what is the second thought? You what would you say to a young woman
Mhm.
entering into content creation space or any space? What's your wisdom? What's Ebonics wisdom to pass on to a younger woman
Hmm.
for a career? We'll say career path
For
and
a career
choice.
path,
Let's say that.
I think it might be to find your niche. So
We covered
I
it.
yeah, we have
Yeah, no,
covered
that's
it. I
great.
mean, it's easy to say, but it is a little bit tricky. But once you find your niche and once you find something that makes you you, that sets you aside and apart from everyone else, then just go for it. Just go for it. And you must stay consistent and persistent with your mission and believing in yourself, and manifest it, put it out into the universe about what you want, and let that manifest, and everything will fall into place.
No, let's talk about that because I've seen like you and Cassie have that like on your timelines. What
Mm,
it's like a part of your Twitter tag
mm.
manifesting. Talk about that. What is that?
Yeah, so Cassie has that on hers, and so does Jayanne on their Twitters. So manifesting literally is speaking what you want into the universe, and it doesn't matter how long it takes. Like the universe is definitely listening to what it is that you want. And it's crazy to say, you just have to manifest good vibes, manifest your wants and wishes, and things just tend to fall into place. I mean, I can't say that said I wanted to, let's say, be a Twitch ambassador, or I wanted to be a Twitch partner, I wanted to be successful in Twitch. But I did say I was manifesting that I was going to commit to, you know, Twitch being a content creator and giving it my best. And whatever happened will happen. The universe has got me. And not, I don't have to do much. Like, things just happen. And I'm just like, okay. Oh God.
No, I see how that's brilliant. And I see how it's connected with, you know, with the having that eyes on that thing that you want and being focused on that. I love that. That's awesome. It's obvious that it's worked out for you.
Yes. Yes. But
I
definitely
cannot
just channel yourself
absolutely.
and let it happen.
I cannot thank you enough for our conversation today. I appreciate you taking the time out of the end of your day and the beginning of my day.
Thank you, Lou.
If ever you need anything, have any questions, if there's a cause or charity that you're not seeing on Tiltify, please let us know.
Awesome.
We're happy to give you the support that you need to do the amazing fundraising that you already do. Again, appreciate you so much. Have a wonderful day.
You
And
too.
we'll hopefully talk again very soon.
Absolutely.